guys, and hello Virginia Beach, and hello media law class. This is my presentation on the changing definition of journalism, and I hope you all really enjoy this piece that I put together for you. And through this presentation, I just want to go back and show you part of our history and how it has changed, and how new technology developing has really truly changed the face of journalism. And it's not just web, this has happened throughout our history several times. Looking back at our history, how many changes have developed throughout time towards the face of journalism. There was a moment where print was very important. Written word was so important to the way that people conducted their daily lives, and they took it for truth.
The alphabet has only 26 letters. With these 26 magic symbols, however, millions of words are written every day. Millions of words to report the world in newspapers, words to tell the news of local happenings in thousands of suburban, small town, and country papers. Millions of other words in magazines of various types, in farm periodicals, in business publications, in trade and technical journals, and in general and popular magazines. Giant presses print all these words, and someone buys them either on newsstands, through the mail, or from newsboys.
That kind of transitioned as technology changed into radio broadcasting.
Hello, America. This is Ed Murrow speaking from London. It's about the people I'd like to talk. The little people who live in those little houses, who have no uniform.
Edward R. Murrow would convert the radio into the most compelling news machine of the war.
This is London, being bombed again. The sound of gunfire has been rolling down these crooked streets like thunder. Half an hour ago, I could read street signs in the flash of anti-aircraft batteries.
And even that people couldn't quite grasp. Why would you want to listen to someone deliver the news to you when you could just get out a newspaper and read it for yourself?
I began to see what was happening to Berlin. The 4,000-pound high explosives were bursting below like great sunflowers gone mad. The small incendiaries were going down like a fistful of white rice thrown on a piece of black velvet.
Of course, then that transitioned into the world of television and broadcast journalism.
At the 1939 World's Fair in New York, television was the shining example of the marvels of technology.
Hiya, bud.
Hiya.
Now just act and talk naturally.
Oh, is it going?
It's on.
Hiya, folks. This is Clark Gable Middleton speaking. As you can see if you've got your television set turned on.
That was seen as something that was completely frivolous for the world of serious journalists, and people just couldn't understand why anybody would be able to be on television and deliver news, because television at that time in the 1940s and early 1950s was strictly for entertainment purposes, variety shows, and people just couldn't quite fathom the idea that any serious journalist would actually want to be seen on television, because you just wouldn't associate with that if you're an actual serious journalist.
And when television swept across the country in the post-war prosperity, the radio reporters thought it was merely an entertainment box, hardly the place for serious news.
I think we rather snobbishly felt we were superior to pictures and showmanship. We were not vaudevillians, we were reporters.
When Edward R. Murrow brought his radio reporters to television, it would be the defining moment in the history of broadcast journalism.
News analyst Edward R. Murrow in See It Now.
This is an old team trying to learn a new trade. We are, as newcomers to this medium, rather impressed by the whole thing. Impressed, for example, that I can turn to Don Hewitt here and say, Don, will you push a button and bring in the Atlantic coast?
There she is.
Brooklyn Bridge. Thank you very much. Hold it, please, will you?
We'll be ready to go whenever you are, Mr. Murrow.
For Murrow, the genius of television wasn't the gadgetry, but the fact that it could bring the world into people's homes.
Howard K. Smith, reporting from the Chaillot Palace in Paris. Hello, Edward R. Murrow.
There, we kind of see the rise of print and magazine really becoming part of everybody's daily life. You wake up, you open up the newspaper, you read it with your coffee. That's how you start your day, and that's really how people got their news. And they would see the news later on in the day on the 6 o'clock news on television.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago. Vice President Lyndon Johnson has left the hospital in Dallas, but we do not know to where he has proceeded. Presumably, he will be taking the oath of office shortly and become the 36th President of the United States.
With the web, people can actually get their news almost instantaneously. You log on the internet and you go to wherever sites you want to see, and you can get your news fed directly to you instantly, and it's convenient, and it's actually a really nice technology. It seems like every day there's some sort of new technology that develops, and it's mostly based on things going on in the web, as we see with blogging. Blogging has completely changed the way that people view journalism and writing altogether. Citizen journalism.
Citizen journalism. Lots of people want to know what citizen journalism is. Well, I'm going to tell you. When the people, formerly known as the audience, employ the press tools in their possession to inform one another, that's citizen journalism. Got it?
Times change, and I think in order to go with the flow and to change and to be a good journalist and deliver the news, be able to coincide with the needs of your audience, you have to embrace the changing technology and get used to that and learn to embrace it for what it is and put your own creative spin on it and take it seriously. The only bad thing about blogs is that a man like this thinks he's a journalist. Classy.